Doing the dance, the Carl dance. Doing the dance, the Carl dance.
Hi, I'm Culture of Truth. This morning on Meet the Press, David Gregory had on top Obama advisor David Axelrod, which gave the talk show host millionaire a chance to talk about his favorite subject, sacrifice. Gregory opened by quoting America's greatest public intellectual, David Brooks, who wrote, quote, "This election is about averting national decline. The president is making a mistake in ceding the size advantage to the Republicans. The Republicans at least speak with epic alarm about the nation's problems. They are unified behind big tax and welfare state reforms that would purge Washington and shake things up," unquote. Gregory asked Axelrod, "Has Obama trimmed his sails a bit from being a transformative leader?" Unquote. Before you agree, understand Gregory and Brooks are one with the pundit hive mind, which is certain that epic alarm is needed to address the nation's biggest problem, which is that poor people have it too good in this country and need to sacrifice. When Axelrod pointed to Obama's initiatives in jobs, manufacturing, energy, and education, Gregory got very upset and responded, quote, "But if you look at how dire the fiscal situation is in this country, we just came off a debt debacle this past summer. Alan Simpson, responding to the State of the Union, said, 'Where's the guts? Where's the hard stuff? Where's the beef? Where are the hard choices that Americans are going to have to make? What are Americans going to have to do with less of if this president gets re-election?'" Unquote. Axelrod asked Gregory if we should ask millionaires to pay a little bit more or drastically cut investments in education, research and development, energy, and other areas that help the middle class. Gregory would have none of it, saying, quote, "But we're not dealing with the big drivers of the debt. As you know, the debt commission that the president convened is not advice that he acted on, and the reality is that the fiscal situation is dire. If we're not dealing with entitlements, you talk about shared sacrifice." Axelrod, listen, Gregory, wait a second. There was a stimulus plan. There was a new health care entitlement, but there was nothing dealing with the big drivers of the day, unquote. Axelrod responded that Simpson Bowles called for higher taxes on the wealthy, and the Republicans refused. So Gregory moved on to another subject. Gregory later challenged fellow conservative MSNBC talk show host Joe Scarborough with this remarkable question. Quote, "You talk about this all the time on Morning Joe. The problems we face are so big. The challenges are so monumental. Our politics seem small. Is it a fair knock on the president to say, 'Hey, what happened to the transformational figure who was going to say to the American people, we're going to have to do with a lot less if we're going to get ourselves back on a better financial footing,' unquote." Perhaps only an extremely wealthy political talk show host based in Washington, D.C. could have witnessed the economic catastrophe of the last 5 years and see a dire threat from entitlements, could still be yearning for a great national transformational figure to finally say to the American people, we're all going to have to do with a lot less. And by we, he means, of course, not rich pundits, but people relying on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and the poor and the middle class. And that's the most ridiculous thing that happened this Sunday.